South Korea flood death toll rises to 39. UN blames botched responses. The death toll from the recent floods in South Korea has risen to 39, with more than 100 people still missing. President Yoon Suk-yeol has blamed the government's response to the floods for being botched. Georgia suspect in 4 killings fatally shot 2 officers hurt in gunfire exchange. A suspect in the killings of 4 people in Georgia was fatally shot by police after a shootout that also left 2 officers injured. The suspect, identified as Robert Aaron Long, was accused of killing 4 people at 3 massage parlors in the Atlanta area on Tuesday. Iran's morality police returned to streets after protests in a new campaign to impose Islamic dress. Iran's morality police have returned to the streets after protests against the country's compulsory Islamic dress code. The protests were sparked by the arrest of a woman who was filmed removing her headscarf in public. Women jailed for taking abortion pill after UK legal limit will be released from prison. A woman who was jailed for taking an abortion pill after the UK legal limit will be released from prison. The woman, who cannot be named, was sentenced to 4 years in prison in 2019 for taking the pill at 21 weeks pregnant. Once-in-a-lifetime fossil reveals a dinosaur and mammal locked in Mortal Kombat. A fossil found in Wyoming has revealed a once-in-a-lifetime glimpse into a deadly battle between a dinosaur and a mammal. The fossil shows the remains of a horned dinosaur that was killed by a saber-toothed cat. 9-year-old Canadian boy dies after suffering asthma attack worsened by wildfire smoke. A 9-year-old Canadian boy has died after suffering an asthma attack that was worsened by wildfire smoke. The boy, who has not been identified, was playing outside when he started to have trouble breathing. He was taken to hospital but could not be saved. U.S. Supreme Court hears arguments in case that could overturn Roe v. Wade. The U.S. Supreme Court heard arguments on Wednesday in a case that could overturn Roe v. Wade, the landmark 1973 decision that legalized abortion nationwide. The case, dubbed v. Jackson Women's Health Organization, involves a Mississippi law that bans most abortions after 15 weeks of pregnancy. China's economy grew at slowest pace in a year in the second quarter. China's economy grew at its slowest pace in a year in the second quarter, as the country's strict COVID-19 lockdowns weighed on activity. The economy grew by 0.4% in the second quarter from a year earlier, down from 4.8% in the first quarter. Eurozone inflation hits record high of 8.6% in June. Inflation in the Eurozone hit a record high of 8.6% in June, driven by rising energy prices. The increase was the 6th consecutive month of record high inflation in the Eurozone. US job openings fall slightly in May, but remain near record high. The number of job openings in the US fell slightly in May, but remained near a record high. The Labor Department said there were 11.3 million job openings in May, down from 11.6 million in April.